Welcome to the reaction to the pilot episode for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If you are new to the channel, basically if you're watching this on YouTube, I have been reacting to the Marvel movies. Up to this point, I have seen Thor, The Dark World, and then the amazing people over on Patreon advised me that I should watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. through episode 16 before getting into Captain America Winter Soldier. So that's what I'm doing. So if you're watching this on YouTube, the timeline doesn't really matter because these are not going to be released like in any sort of order. But if you're watching these on Patreon, that's where I have reacted to this, like up to, just in case you're not sure. I have seen through Thor Dark World, have not seen Captain America Winter Soldier. I have told that somehow they connect. I don't know how. And then I need to watch through episode 16, then watch Winter Soldier, and then resume with episode 17. So I am assuming it's because something happens in the movie that ties in maybe to like episode 17 or something. So we're going to find out. In terms of what this show is going to be about, obviously it's about S.H.I.E.L.D., but I don't know like who's in it, with one exception. And prior to knowing that exception, I didn't even know like what time period we were going to be in. Because obviously I have seen the Agent Carter one shot. So like I know S.H.I.E.L.D's been around for a minute. But when I went to go pull up everything to get like this episode ready to play, literally right underneath the play button, it said, Agent Coulson's name. So I know he's going to be in this, which then obviously gives me roughly a time frame. But that's it. I don't know who else is in this, and I only know that because his name was right there in the description, which was immediately under the play button. But other than that, I have zero clue how much this is actually going to tie in. I don't know if anybody from the movies is going to be in the show or if it's like in a completely different cast. We're going to find out, and we're going to find out right now.
What do you say we go out to your Aunt Mindy's this weekend? You and Keisha can swim in the pond.
Sure.
You know, you got a birthday coming up in a couple of months.
He looks familiar. Was he on like Buffy or Angel or something?
You and me, what are we?
The routine.
That's right. So.
Something's gonna blow up. Yep. Maybe that's not who I'm thinking of, that guy. Is he a hero, a superhero, or just a good Samaritan? I feel like he's a superhero. Well, he has super strength, that's for sure. Well, people know now. I mean, he would definitely smell like smoke, but okay. I freaking love Paris. And seeing Notre Dame makes me sad.
Your fireplace is broken.
Well, seems like it's working just fine. She gives 0 fucks.
Ward, just a heads up. We've got possible hostiles in your vicinity.
Really?
Thanks. Could have used that warning about 60 seconds ago, but sure.
What does S.H.I.E.L.D. stand for, Agent Ward?
Strategic Homeland Intervention, Enforcement, and Logistics Division.
Yeah, I definitely didn't remember what it
And
stood
what does
for.
that mean to you?
Means someone really wanted our initials to spell out S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh! I didn't know Robin was going to be in this. I feel like I should have recognized the voice.
A little while ago, most people went to bed thinking that the craziest thing in the world was a billionaire in a flying metal suit. Then aliens invaded New York and were beaten back by, among others, a giant green monster.
Okay. So this takes place after the Avengers.
That you'll have to ask Agent Coulson.
Wait a minute.
I know that Agent Coulson was killed in action.
Yeah. Excuse me?
Sorry, that corner was really dark and I couldn't help myself.
What? But how? I don't understand.
Director Fury faked your death to motivate the Avengers.
I'm gonna have thoughts to share about that at the end.
I stopped breathing for about 40 seconds.
8. It gets longer every time you tell it.
I was looking at the big white light, and it felt like a lot longer than 8 seconds.
They're not level 7.
Fury stuck me in a grass shack in Tahiti. Mai Tais, Travis McGee novels, and a physical therapist whose command of English was irrelevant.
I can't believe he's still alive. I cried over his death for nothing. But obviously I'm happy.
Rising tide is trying to draw us out. I think it's time they succeeded.
You want me to cross them off?
No, I want to use them to get to him.
Sorry, my brain is still like exploding.
Top grades, espionage. She gave you the highest mark since Romanoff. Under people skills, she drew I think it's a little poop with knives sticking out of it. What? That's bad, right? And given your family history, I'm surprised it's not worse. But
What's his family history?
It was a porcupine. It was not a poop. It just means that you...
no, I'm pretty sure.
And it's not just Ward. Your whole roster is sketchy.
Well, they're cleared.
Who else is there?
I'd love for you to rest up some more.
I've had plenty of that. Thanks.
You sure?
You should go sometime.
Where?
Tahiti. It's a magical place.
3 days in, I'd be begging for an assignment.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, I guess that's why he's back. That's what he meant.
Really doesn't know, does he?
Doesn't know what.
We could never know.
Did he actually die? And somehow they brought him back? Never know what. Oh! Lindsay! From the OC.
Pretend that we're talking.
We are.
Good. 'Cause you never know who's listening.
I don't even know who's talking.
I'm Sky, and you're the hooded hero. Please tell me that you're not staying with that name.
Wait, what? I'm not. I'm a factory worker.
Sure, by day. I saw you. You're a hero. Like a for real superhero, which is, I'm not like a groupie stalker type, but oh my God, that is
Yeah,
so
you're definitely
cool.
doing a good job of convincing everyone of that.
They knew about the Battle of New York before it even happened, and cleaned it up before anyone could ask any real questions. Overnight. How long do you think it'll take for them to clean you up?
And you want to know why I'm hiding?
Fair.
I'm great with computers, like weirdly great. I mean, I could help you create a whole new identity or a mask.
Okay.
Okay, we could just stick with the hood. Listen, you cannot walk away from
She's
this.
going on very
With great
strong.
power comes a ton of weird crap.
Yeah.
They're coming for you.
Oh, great. That's why she bumped into him. Okay.
Agent May.
No,
So you've been briefed.
I'm not going back in the field.
I just need you to drive the bus.
You're really just asking me to drive the bus.
I'm not asking.
No. It will be more than that. Not what I would call a bus, but sure. I feel like I'm supposed to find him attractive, but I just kind of don't, and I wonder if that's going to change.
Whoa, 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 watch it! That's the night-night gun.
The night gun?
I'm not Hermione. I can't create instant paralysis with that. You should have run the specs by me before building the molds. All you do is hire a couple of randos. Oh, that's
Physics,
it.
or
Not
what's the other one?
particularly
Inertia.
difficult.
Fitzsimmons.
Fitz.
Simmons. I'm engineering, she's biochem.
Okay.
Coulson said I need my comm receiver encoded. Don't know if you've worked with that model before. It's brand new.
Okay.
Can we purpose the IDIS chip?
Don't need the external receiver for the inner ear comms anymore.
So, how does it...
Embedded sensory neural silicon matched DNA.
Boundaries, Jesus.
We may have a hit on one of the Rising Tide's routing points.
Good. We need to do some catching up.
I need to do some catching up.
The truth is in the wind. It's everywhere. You cannot stop the rising tide.
So is she with Rising Tide?
You will never see our faces, but rest assured, we will rise against those who shield us from the truth. And nothing can stop us in the...
Hey, what up?
Well, okay. That didn't last long.
Okay, there are two ways we can do this.
Oh, it's one of them the easy way.
No.
No.
What's your name? That can wait. It's another name we need. A certain hero. You being on the scene right before it went up in flames. Want to tell me what my team is going to find there?
So did she knew it was going to happen? Did she cause it?
S.H.I.E.L.D. covered up New Mexico, Project Pegasus. Of course you'd be covering up Centipede. Holy no way. You don't know what that is.
We're not the only ones interested in people with powers. We'd like to contain him, yeah. The next guy will want to exploit him, and the guy after that will want to dissect him.
What is Centipede?
If I went public, that might be good. I mean, your product works. It works amazingly, and yeah.
Oh. So it's not a natural ability, and he's part of whatever Centipede is, which is this doctor.
If you're gonna be in the field, Agent Fitz, you have to get your hands dirty.
I thought you were only supposed to drive the bus.
People keep secrets for a reason. Sky.
Well, just because you're reasonable and firm doesn't mean that you're not a evil, faceless government toolbag.
All this hacking into S.H.I.E.L.D., tracking powers. She might as well be one of those sweaty cosplay girls crowding around Stark Tower.
Excuse you. There's nothing wrong with cosplay. I don't do it, but it's fine if people do.
We need what she knows.
Okay. Is it like a truth serum or something?
It's the top shelf martini of sodium pentothal derivatives. It's a brand new and extremely potent truth drug.
And you'll have a nice little nap. And we'll have all the answers to it.
Hey! What the hell?
I'm sorry. Did that hurt?
No. Should never do that to a member of your team. And yes, it did hurt a little bit.
There we go.
But I always try and mask my pain in front of beautiful women because I think it makes me seem more masculine. My God, this stuff works fast.
Don't trust us? Ask him whatever you'd like.
Wait a minute. You can't just...
Wow.
This is definitely not protocol.
Well, this is a ballsy move.
You seem nervous, Agent Ward.
She's using those assets.
There's no way I'm gonna reveal classified secrets to a girl who's hell-bent on taking us down.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yes, a few.
And did your grandmother know about these things?
Gramsci?
Okay.
You don't cut it. When I say I need things moved, I need... Like that? Are you out of your mind?
You're definitely getting your job back now.
I'm not the bad guy, man.
Yes, you are. It's simple now.
Uh-oh.
You're the bad guy. And I'm the hero.
Well, that's debatable.
Did Agent Ward give you anything?
He told me he's been to Paris, but he's never really seen it, and that he wishes you stayed in Tahiti.
It's a magical place.
Ward doesn't like your style. Kind of think I do.
Michael Peterson, factory worker, married, one kid. Gets injured, gets laid off, wife jumps ship. Good guy, bad breaks. Best guess is somebody tells him they can make him strong again, make him super.
The encryption's coupled to the GPS. Get my van back to that alley, and then I'm in business.
Interesting why they're playing this with her.
What the hell are you doing here?
I don't know where to go, Doctor. Everything's getting... I know what's right. I do.
What?
Our first subject lost it. Walked into the lab with a freaking bomb.
I'm not like it.
Tell that to your foreman in the
Yeah.
ICU.
I saved you.
You exposed me. You're juiced, Mike, and you're losing it just like the last guy.
Yeah.
It's a disaster.
No. It's an origin story.
Well, I feel like that's true. Both things are true.
So, when you get back, I'll show you my thing. Thing. It's not, it's my hardware. My equipment. Let's hang on.
It's just dripping with gamma radiation. Oh, now it's actually
Literally.
dripping. Fun.
That's a word for it.
This gooser, very similar to the serum Dr. Erskine developed in the 40s for the...
Super soldiers.
I'm reading
Okay.
alien metal, gamma radiation, the serum, every known source of superpower thrown in a blender.
We need to see the origin of the blast.
That's not great. That was a really weird way for her to... What was she doing with her hand?
Mike, what are you doing?
Saving you. And you're gonna help save us.
Us?
Don't be aggressive with him.
What are we?
We're a team.
That's right. Now drive.
Well, this is going super well for everyone.
Poor man didn't bring an explosive. And Mike has the same stuff in his system.
Well, judging by his strength level, a lot more.
So any minute now, Mike is
He'll
gonna...
take out anyone within a 2-block radius.
Well,
Oh, great.
you wanted a bomb.
Yeah, you did.
But calming him down will buy him a minute at most. He will detonate within the next few hours.
Solution?
Isolate him, get him away from people.
Or?
Put a bullet through his brain.
If he's dead, this irradiated metabolic process will stop.
You need to come up with a third option. One that doesn't involve Mike's son losing a father.
We've a couple of hours at most. There's no way that we could possibly...
Don't ever tell me there's no way. It's on you. Get it done.
I mean, it's not really on them, but, like, they don't need to feel guilty for his death if it doesn't work out.
You all right?
We'll deal with that later. At length. Right now, we need to figure out where they went.
Whoa.
Oh, no. What is this nonsense? Why are you making nonsense?
This isn't me.
Mike took Sky. She's telling us where.
Okay, good job.
We can't go to the airport, so we'll take a train. And there she'll help us start over. Make a new life. A better life. Like I always said.
I feel bad for him. I don't want him to die, but I also don't want him to hurt anybody else.
You're gonna risk thousands of lives over some nobody.
Nobody's nobody, Ward. Fitzsimmons will come through. Mr. Peterson, good morning. We're not a threat. We're here to help, but you're in danger and we need to take you in.
What did you do?
Yeah, for sure that's what was going to happen.
You're right, he is a little bitch.
Well, that's one way to do it.
The stuff inside you is unstable. It'll kill you and everyone in here.
He's gonna miss us!
I mean, people probably will miss the other people in there. You don't know their lives.
Only take the shot if you have to, Ward. Ward!
If I have to.
You might have different definitions of having to. So he was going to kill her too. Which makes sense. She's a witness, but... So is this supposed to remind me of the people in Iron Man 3? Or is this before Iron Man 3?
The last guy who wore that exploded.
I'm not like that other guy. It matters who I am.
I know you're strong. Your boy knows it. He needs you to let us help.
You took him!
To get him away from you. And the people shooting at you.
We have a place. You said it was enough to be a man. But there's better than man. There's gods.
Is he gonna shoot him?
You're right, Mike. It matters who you are.
I could, you know, be a hero.
I'm counting on it.
Yeah. Oh, a different gun though. One that's gonna help him? Apparently. Yay, go team!
Subject is in stable condition. All clear at Union Station.
Now tell me about Coulson. What can't he know? Just because he can't doesn't mean I can't.
I told him his father was coming home.
He will. We have some experience with this.
We almost died.
We have some experience with that, too.
Don't have it all mapped out.
True. Whoever sponsored that little experiment is still out there, among other things. What about you? Have you thought about the offer?
To join S.H.I.E.L.D.
Not exactly a team player.
We're not exactly a team, but we're in a position to do some
I
good.
feel like you are.
You'd be a great help.
I was able to hack S.H.I.E.L.D. from my van. You gonna show me something new?
Just imagine what you can do with their resources, though.
We've got an 084.
Is that confirmed?
They want us to go in and confirm it.
What's an 084?
You've got exactly 10 minutes to decide if you really want to know.
There's no way we can make it to the airfield and...
Yeah, look at all those switches on that thing. It's not a regular car. Okay. First episode down, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, I liked it, but I'm fascinated. Like, I have been really, really enjoying the Marvel movies so far. I was like, I would say more than I was expecting, but I mean, I've always kind of liked movies like this. Like, I'm not like super big into superhero stuff, but I like fun action movies. And especially if you give me characters that I can actually care about, then I'm in. And now with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., obviously there's a lot more. Like, you get so much more out of a TV show that has, I don't know how many episodes. I think like 20 something episodes. I could be wrong about that. I haven't like super looked into it. But multiple seasons, 20 something episodes usually in a season. Like, you get a lot of time with these characters. And so I'm anticipating enjoying the show. I can't say that this pilot like blew me away by any means. Just because like I am not like heavily invested in the story yet, but it's only the first episode. So like, of course, I don't expect pilots to like grip me and get me instantly hooked. Very few shows have ever done that. Supernatural being the main one, of course. I judge all pilots based on the Supernatural pilot. But even then, actually, my all-time favorite show, that pilot, like that opening scene hooked me, and like I was very intrigued. But then like it still took me like 6 or 8 episodes to like get fully into the show, and that's my favorite show of all time. So all that to say is like I'm not anticipating like I didn't go into this anticipating like to watch this and be like, oh my God, the show's amazing. I love it already. So whenever I start a new show, I do like to give it, usually if it's a new show, I like to give it like anywhere from like 2 to 4 or 5 episodes. And if I am just really not feeling it at that point, then I usually give up on it. But I mean, I'm by default into this show just because like I'm into the MCU now. I'm invested is what I mean when I say I'm into it. I'm invested now. So yeah, I'm excited to keep going with this. I'm excited to get to know these characters better. I obviously love having Agent Coulson back. We're going to get to that in a second. But I don't really know these characters just yet. This was just a quick introduction to all of them. We're going to get to know them a little bit better. I only know the names of a few of them because I'm terrible with names. I have to hear them several times before I remember. But like I feel like I'm going to be able to get into this show, especially like once I get invested, because if you haven't watched any of my TV show reactions on the channel, I care most about the characters. Like that is what I come back to a show for. I need to be heavily invested in the characters, what they're going through. The story and the plot is almost like, I mean, it's secondary to the characters. But like I do want to be entertained, obviously, by the overall story, but I like am there for the characters. And so I don't have a connection with most of these people yet. So once I form that connection, I feel like I'll just enjoy it even more. But in terms of like the story, you know, I'm not instantly hooked on that based off of this pilot episode, which again, I wasn't expecting to be. At very, very, very few shows am I. Like I can only think of one or two others where I was like, well, maybe like 2 or 3, where I was like, first episode, heavily invested in the story, really into the characters, and like really excited to keep going. So that doesn't happen super often. It usually takes me a little bit to get there. Okay, Agent Coulson. What the fuck? All right, so when I said I was going to talk about it at the end, it's because like, did they plan for this when Avengers happened? Like, did they know that the show was going to be happening and he was going to be in the show? Because it doesn't seem that way. It seems like his character legit died. And I'm talking a little bit quieter because I just finally got my husband into the movies, like this week that I'm recording this. And we have not made it to Avengers yet, so he doesn't know. And he is like awake and getting ready for work right now. So I don't want him to hear that. But, and he probably won't watch the show. But it seems like he like died. And then it was like, oh, we're going to find a way to bring him back for the show. So I would be really curious to know if this was always the plan, because it does not seem that way. Now, he said he stopped breathing for like 40 seconds and then recovered in Tahiti. And Tahiti was brought up several times. But then there was a conversation with Agent Hill. So I am very, very intrigued by that. That to me makes it seem like he did die. Somehow they brought him back. That makes it seem like he was legit dead. And something is up with him being alive right now. It's not as simple as he thinks it is, where he just was injured. He stopped breathing for 40 seconds. Fury faked his death and he recovered. There's obviously more to it than that. And I just really want to know what that is. But I think it is going to be that, I mean, there's some twist here where he actually was dead. And somehow they brought him back with you know, the resources that S.H.I.E.L.D. has available to them. So whether that's like a chemical compound of some kind, something mythical, I don't know what. But that's my guess as of right now. And I'm confused as to why he can't know whatever it is. He doesn't know now, and they said like he can never know. So I want to know why. So I want to know what it is that he doesn't know, and I want to know why he can't know it. So hopefully I get those answers, and hopefully I get them sooner rather than later, but I might not. It might not be for a long time that it's revealed. Well, I think that's going to wrap up this one. Thank you so much for checking it out. I'm definitely going to continue with this series for at least the foreseeable future. I need to at least make it to episode 16, apparently. So I'm going to do that. But I really appreciate you being here. If you want access to the full reaction, if you're watching this on YouTube, definitely head over to Patreon, who I have no idea when this is going on YouTube, so I don't know how far ahead they are, but they are definitely far ahead from where YouTube is. And like I said, full reactions in watch along style, so you do need to have your own copy of the episode to watch alongside my video. If you're watching this on Patreon, thank you so much for the support. Either way, I'm just glad that you're here with me on this Marvel journey, and I'm excited to see where it goes, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.